Alrighty then.
Welcome to Indoor Fun.
Let's talk about the along the rail shot. All right. Now, obviously, on a pool table, right, you've got a little more play because you've got these pockets that are quite a bit more forgiving, right? You could end up cheating the pocket a little bit, coming off that bumper, right, that rail and in, right. It tends to go in a little bit easier with a little bit of running English. Okay. These short ones, you can pretty much hit it any way you want. But let's just show, I'll show a shot with center ball, inside running English and outside running English. So basically 3 different ways to move the cue ball after contact. Don't forget to chalk. We'll start with the center ball hit. Cue ball should come out here. So with the center ball hit, it came out a little bit. It didn't really hug the rail as much as it could have been. I was just slightly off, but it's a short shot, right? And the pocket accepted it. Let's try outside English. Outside running English. So in this case, it should follow this way. Let's try low reverse English. So left, low left, and it should come back this way. Again, these are short shots, so fairly straightforward. Let's see what it looks like when we add length. Right now we have a bit of a longer shot. Let's try that with a little bit of running English. Came out a little bit, just a little bit, but the pocket took care of it. Let's try that with low left, so reverse running English if you were basically trying to get it to go back. I didn't quite hit that one well, but it came out slightly. We can do better though. Yeah, that hugged the rail a lot better. So that low, kind of low left or left running, reverse running English will really keep it hugging the rail. You can actually take that all the way to the other side of the table and show you the difference. That was the low left English, and that just hugged the rail perfectly all the way down. I wanted to add a bit more details to the shot. When I took that shot with the running English and then the reverse, what I called reverse running English, to me, I'm very used to taking that reverse running English shot because I'm used to moving that cue ball down this way. But for a lot of people, I think that might be more difficult than just using standard normal running English on the right. And the reason for this is the effect that the cue ball English has on this object ball. When I hit with left, right, left English, right, this ball is going to want to deflect. It's going to want to go to the right. If you remember that from the last video. Now I'm able to compensate for that, and I think it's so natural for me, and that's why that longer rail shot was a lot. I was able to make that much easier with that reverse running English, right? That low left English. But it's really something that you need to practice. But the easiest shot is with right English on this, because it's going to keep the object ball going to the left. It's going to help it along the rail. I'm just going to take a shot from behind so you can kind of see my cue ball position on the ball. So you really want to have this just nice running English. It doesn't have to be too high. Just kind of a nice little running English and just a good follow through. And it'll hug the rail really nicely. So if I were to practice that, or if I was to tell you the best way to practice that, I would work on just standard running English. I think that will make a big difference. The reality is, though, pool is all about moving the cue ball around. If you want to get good at this game, you're going to have to learn to make all these shots with all different types of English on the cue ball. But if you're just starting out, running English will definitely help you on these along the rail shots. Take a look at the snooker video clip up ahead where I use running English to make that shot into the corner pocket. Just like that. Alrighty then. Check this shot out. Play 9-ball. Your opponent left the 9-ball right along the rail, and he managed to put the cue ball all the way down the table, leaving a very, very difficult along the rail shot. You could play safe and try to maybe play to keep the cue ball here and then maybe move the 9-ball down table, or you can learn you can take what we've learned about using running English to get this ball to hug the rail. So let's just see what that looks like. In this situation, this is probably going to be a low right running English, and it's going to have, some good spin. It should hit the rail and just kick the ball in. The key to this shot is you got to aim a little bit out, because this ball is going to just swerve ever so slightly depending on the speed. So let's just see what it looks like. Don't forget the chalk. And that's how you do it. Alrighty then, here we are. We got a little snooker table action going here. Let's have a little fun. Let's show some of the differences. Remember in the previous video, I talked about the difference in the pockets. Now look how rounded these pockets are, right? It comes out and it's rounded. These pockets, they just want to eject the ball. And this ball comes in right? Especially if you touch this rail at all, it'll just kick and out. The only way to make these shots is to come in and slowly go towards this inner corner of the bumper and just let gravity fall in. Anyway, let me show that. Always chalk up. Now it's almost impossible for this ball to go in if it touches this rail at all. So let's just show that. I hit that really well, but it just won't stay in. Instead, when you have a shot like that, you want to try to just come along, hug the rail, and just catch the corner of that bumper. And nice and slow, and it should just go straight in. I actually put that in almost perfect, so this time I'll try to just barely catch the inside of the bumper. But it has to be slow. You gotta kind of let it just fall into the pocket. See? I was just a little bit too far out. That's how sensitive these pockets are. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. So anytime you have a shot along this rail, right, you want to try to hug the rail as much as you can and just catch the inside, just the edge of that bumper, and nice and soft, and let gravity do it. There. You have to be so accurate if you're going to hit this hard. Like, I have to hit that almost exactly perfect if I'm going to hit this with any speed. And you cannot touch this side at all. That one I hit it nice and firm, and I just kind of caught just almost perfectly into the pocket. That's why this game can be so difficult and so frustrating to many people. But the key is, when you have a shot along a rail like this, you cannot hit that hard. As you get out and you start to get more of an angle, you can start to hit the ball a little bit harder so that you can start to move the cue ball around. But sometimes you just gotta swallow the pill that you're given. And if the pill that you're given is a shot along the rail, you have to just slowly take it up the rail, and ideally just into the very edge of that right side bumper. Even then, that was just a little too hard. You gotta just get it there. Try that one more time. Just get it to the pocket. And if you do that, you should be able to make more of those shots. You try a couple different snooker shots that might be of interest. Here's a shot. That black ball into the side. You barely have any angle. The only way to make this is to just die it into the edge of the pocket and let it fall down. This is where you really need to work on your touch. Let's just see what that looks like. Actually, that's a harder shot than I thought. I can make it, but I have to basically hit it right to the edge of this pocket and let it just fall in. Just like that. Here we go. Let's try this table. Same shot. just like that. Let's see if I can't make a very, very, very difficult shot on a snooker table. I'm going to cut that 8-ball into this pocket from the other side of the table. Oh, that was so close. I'll try that one more time. Ha! There it is. That's a hard shot. Oh yeah, man, that's a hard shot. See ya.
Thanks for watching. See ya.